Oh boy, do I have a doozy for y'all today. So in this little game here that we're gonna have, I was playing Dead by Daylight very early in the morning. It is about like I think currently as I'm voicing over, it's 9 in the morning, but this game takes place. I want to say 8:30, 8:40. But anyways, this game I got into, I had a bad feeling when I loaded in. I decided to play Trickster. I've been playing a lot more since the recent buff to him. You know, the E system. It's a very cool buff in my opinion. But I noticed that flash right there on the Michonne, and it's I don't know, something in my gut was something telling me like this is off. Something felt off about this lobby, and at last second, all four of them switched to flashlights. So I knew it was going to be a very interesting game, and it was going to be a rough one too. But because they all switched to flashlights last year, and their builds are very synergized. They have the Gen Jockey, they have the Chase, they have the two people who are supposed to be in Chase and Distract Healer. You know, haha, look at me, come get my ass. But my Lightborn kind of fucked them over, and they kind of started throwing a little bit. I want to say a little bit because it still did gens, but they started throwing. You'll see what I mean here when I get into the game. Alright, now, I'm back. Hello, welcome. As you see here, we went into RPD. I'm not a huge fan of RPD. Let me first, I'm a fan of the Resident Evil games themselves, but in terms of RPD, I'm not really a fan of. Now, I have been playing... this recent Blood Moon event has been crazy. In my opinion, it's like, eh. I haven't really liked the Blood Moon since it first came out back, I forget when. But when the first Blood Moon came out, it was pretty fun. You know, obviously, you got blood points, like, fucking insanely. This one, I don't know, something feels off to me. Like, I don't feel like I get that much. Like, you get a decent amount, which I'll give them. I just don't feel like it's a lot. I haven't really played Dead by Daylight that much in the past 2 months. The definition of burnout in this game is real. If you don't limit yourself in this game, you're going to get burnt out really fast. Now, this Michonne, I could tell was the leak one. Granted, I wasn't playing the smartest. I'm definitely missing knives, you could tell. Haven't really played in a few days. I've been playing a bunch of other random games. I just started Claire Expedition 33, which my friend bought me because he wants me to try it and give it a personal opinion without biasness. So I am, but I don't know. Dead by Daylight to me is always an iffy game. Like, I want to get to 1P100, but at the same time, I don't want to put that much grind into this game anymore. I put so many hours into this game already that I wish this system from P0 to P100 was a thing way back when I first started, because I would have probably had some P100 by now, but I didn't. I had a bunch of people Prestige 3 level 50 on my PC, and then obviously my PC wasn't able to run DBD the more and more like advanced the game got, so I had to switch to console. And yeah, I have nowhere near that many people P3. I have a lot of people P6 now, with 3 killers being P16, which are like the ones I consider my mains. Now right here, they figure out I have Lightborn. And yes, I was shaking my head. It was very fucking funny to me. Because this whole next phase of this game, they're just... I want to say throwing and trading hooks. Now, I think it's SP, the top Fang. I'm pretty sure she's the one who had Bloodlust. They had Bloodlust and Teamwork. Oh, fuck it, I forget the name of the perk. It's a perk that obviously makes you move faster when you heal someone. Blood Pack gives you, I think, a 6% haste boost. And I'm not gonna lie, they did get me with that window tech. It was nice, I'll give them that. But here, I just don't understand what they were doing, and obviously I hit them because that builds up my meter to get the S rank. Obviously, that's how Trickster works now. I want to get my S rank fast because it's the new. It can become anything, all that. Now, if you notice here, there's 3 of them, and then there's one missing. Now, the one that's missing is the Michonne, which I didn't realize was the Gen Jockey until I was down to 2 gens. When I got down to 2 gens, I hardcore tunnel her out of the fucking game because I realized she was the one doing all the gens. Even after when I hooked the Michonne, no one else was on gens. All 3 of them were trying to get my attention. Specifically, the 2 Fangs, who I'm pretty sure this was a Swift. I want to say, I'm not 100% sure, even if it was, I don't care. But, like, I find it funny once they saw I had Lightborn, they just through. Okay, so I don't understand. Like, that's the only thing I don't understand about this game. Killers can't bring things to counter survivors, but survivors can bring shit to counter killers and make sure killers can't do anything. And that's okay. But if a killer does the same, it's not okay. This game is very one-sided. I'm not saying there's not killers who obviously think that, oh, well, survivors can't do this, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not saying that. There's definitely are killer mains like that. I don't give a fuck. I just think it's a double standard. If you're gonna do something, I'm gonna fucking do it too. Now, obviously, she wants me to hit her. I just sit there and start looking at her funny. I'm not gonna do that. Now, this is the example of a squad that I don't like because one perk flushed their whole game and they don't want to actually try to play to win. They just want to fucking throw. I'm pretty sure they still had fun with Blood Pact, and obviously that Blood Pact is a fun perk, which their build is very unique. I get that. Yes. I get talked to whenever I'm born, and I know, it's a, scary perk. And yes, I just heard him, like, I was not happy with these people. These people genuinely irritated me, and I hate these kinds of squads with a firing passion. and especially when I beat them, I have lost to a lot of bully squads too. I haven't always beat them, but when you actually beat a bully squad, is the most satisfying fucking feeling in Dead by Daylight, and I will stand on that. If you ever beat a bully squad in this game, you know how fucking exhilarating it feels to beat them and crush them. Because their whole goal is just not really to do gens, it's just to make your life hell and make you hate this game and want to quit. They want you to DC and quit. That is their main goal. That is what a bully squad wants you to do. They want you to stand in a corner, give up, or they want you to quit. This game, I saw they switched to 4 flashlights in the fucking lobby, and I said, fuck it, let's sweat a little, and let's bring back in my inner side. Wait, pause. Let's bring back out my DBD phase from like 2019 when I actually was a full sweat in this fucking game. Because nowadays, I usually just play with friends on Survivor. I hardly play Killer anymore. I kind of retired playing Killer because this current state of DBD, gens fly faster than my fucking sanity flies. So, it's my point proven. Like, my sanity the gens are flying so fast. And so many perks are different now. For fuck's sake, they changed Deerstalker. All Deerstalker did was show you the auras of down survivors within 24 meters of you. Not broken at all, right? Well, yeah, now it's basically a walking fucking object of obsession for a killer. Why the fuck would I want that? It helps finding slugs, especially when you play something like Twins. Now, trust me, I always get fucking irritated when I play against Twins. I hate that their whole mechanic is built around slugging, but if you play Twins, there's nothing really you can do because you have to slug to basically use Victor and why the fuck am I forgetting their man's name? Charlotte. To use Charlotte and Victor, you have to play kind of sluggy. Especially if you're playing Huntress and you get like a cross map, you have to slug obviously to get there. I don't know, I use Deerstalker on Huntress, on my Huntress build, so I could find slugs if I have to fucking slug for if I have to slug for something. I found no reason really to change Deerstalker, but then again, they made a lot of questionable decisions in this fucking game that ceases to fucking amaze me. Behavior Entertainment is not the best company. That granted, this is why I never get sponsored by them or become a Foggle Spur, because you can't speak your mind in that. Right about here, when that gen pops, is when I realized I need to go for the Michelle. She's the one being a gen jockey, because if you notice, all 3 of them are still over there on that side of the map. Now I'm leaving and they can go do a gen. I'm going to go back over there. They don't do gens. It's fucking insane. I know, I'm commenting on the game and both talking about random shit Dead by Daylight. I do want to do more Dead by Daylight stuff. It's just, I've like fallen so out of love for this game. And one of my friends is like, maybe it's just like you need to find a right group. I don't even think it's that. I generally think that after years of playing this game, my love for this game is finally fucking just dying. It's either dying or it's just very, very burnt out because of the amount of bullshit that this game has dealt with. This game has gone through so many weird phases where it was fucking awful to play, where it was dog shit to play, where it was okay, where it was balanced, and now where it's completely fucking just, like, it's just completely, the amount of bad service I've gotten into, the amount of fucking pallet density is the worst fucking thing that has come to this game. I had another part of this clip this game that I had where it was my first game on, I was playing Wraith on Borgo, and the amount of fucking pallets is fucking insane to me. If you don't run Brutal Strength, I swear, well, okay, if you're good, you don't have to. I'm not good at this game. I'm mediocre. But if you don't run Brutal Strength or are fucking insanely good, the amount of pallets on maps nowadays is fucking insane. There's a pallet at every fucking loop, and there's pallets on the edge of the fucking map now. It's like, brother in Christ, what the fuck are we doing? Borgo's is, I think, one of the worst examples for me. I'd have to show it, but there is literally 4 pallets next to each other. This Rebecca looked me from a pallet to a safe pallet to a god pallet. I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I supposed to do if I don't mind game her properly? And even if I do mind game her properly, she could just book it, beeline directly to another pallet within two, like not even fucking a whole extra loop in front of her. Like, I don't understand how some maps deserve dead zones, especially if it's a fucking small indoor map. Cough, cough, the game. I don't know who the fuck chopped down 50 million trees in that goddamn map. I know it wasn't fucking Jigsaw with his tiny ass puppet hands. But goddamn, the amount of pallets on that map is insane. Also, the map pool recently has been weird. It's been mostly the indoor maps, fucking Borgo, fucking... What else is it? Some Coldwind maps, I don't know. There's just maps I don't see anymore, and it's like, where the fuck did they go? Obviously, Haddonfield's gone, which makes me sad to hear. It makes me so sad that Haddonfield's gone. I love fucking the Michael Myers map. It was a great map. Bad and Preschool's fucking 2, 3, 4, and 5 are gone, which I find fucking insane. They left us Bad and Preschool 1, which in my opinion is the worst fucking one. I hate Bad and Preschool 1. What else have I seen in a while? I haven't seen most of the Cold Wind Farm maps. I haven't seen fucking a map. I haven't been on a Macmillan map in fucking ages. I miss Macmillan. I haven't been. There's so many maps that just disappeared. I swear, from the loophole, not loophole, from the map rotation. It's like most of the map rotation now is interesting to say the least. And I'm talking about both Killer and Survivor, because some maps are obviously against each other. Obviously, RPD I think is hated game world round. I don't think most people who play DBD like RPD, which I understand why. It's a very, you could tell this map was rushed. It's very fucking compact, and there's not that much. They did do a faithful adaptation of the map into, obviously, of the map into DBD from Resident Evil, which I appreciate. Like I said, I love Resident Evil. I'm a nerd, so I like going around the map and seeing everything. But in terms of like this, it's interesting. Obviously, you learn what the god palettes are. Obviously, you learn everything. There's not really a random anymore. I swear to God, everyone knows this map's layout like the back of their hands, so they just follow it like it's a goddamn zip code. There's always the fucking god palette to the left on the stairs. There's always fucking the god palette in the west office. Wait, east office. One of the fucking offices. There's a hatch always spawns either in that fucking office down there or over there. It's like this map is like burnt in everyone's fucking mind. I don't understand it. Another thing I kind of wish they would bring back would be like the Cold Wind Farm but nighttime. I think, in my opinion, when they made like the Cold Wind Farms morning, like the daytime, I thought the map just looked ugly. Like, I miss old Cold Wind. The night maps looked fucking gorgeous and actually put in that horror, like kind of scary element to the game. And I understand it may not have been behavior swap. Maybe they lost like some funding and they couldn't really like afford to have that many versions of a map. But then it's like, you had like 5 versions of Bad in Preschool, and still no one could figure out which fucking version was the best whenever they were on the map. Fucking hell, I still don't even know what the fuck the best one is. In my opinion, I think the first one is the worst one because it's so small, and there's not really much to do. And there's with this new palette density update, all the palettes are like 2 feet from each other. I swear to God, there could be a palette and then a palette. So it's like, oh, I don't know. Their maps have been. There's not been a good map in a while. Now, the new map we got for the Trickster rework, I think is pretty good. It's decent. There is some RNG where there's a certain god palette spawn or if they don't spawn, which, once again, I find cool. I like how there's never always a guaranteed chance that a god palette will spawn, which, thank God. But before that was the Walking Dead chapter map, which that map is, I think, more hated than the fucking RPD map. Because that map, I've never been able to win on Survivor, maybe because I'm just fucking bad, but I've never been able to win on on the Walking Dead map. Before the Walking Dead, I think it was Five Nights at Freddy's, which that map, they could have did a lot more with it. They could have really they could have did so much more with it. It's just the Unknowns map, same filter, same realm, just slap Freddy Fazbear's there, and that's all they fucking did. It is the most not fucking like done map, but also the most done map. It's cool. Like when you go inside, you see like Fox, like all the animatronics on stage, and when you do the main generators, they start dancing. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like they could have did a lot more with that map that they didn't do. I feel like it could have been a great indoor map. I feel like it could have been a lot more thought out. But I feel like DBD just doesn't care. They don't have competition, so they don't have to make a perfect game. There is no competition for Dead by Daylight in the 1v4 horror scenario. And it's kind of hard to compete with them considering how many fucking licenses they have. They have so many licenses that makes it hard. Now, there is a Michael Myers game coming out, which I'm very excited for because it looks like it's going to be good. And people are saying that it's going to be like an F-13 clone. Well, no shit. It's made by Gun Media and fucking, I forget about the 2 people who made Friday the 13th. And from what I heard, I think there's a single player mode. I don't know how that's going to work, but we've seen footage of the multiplayer. And it looks cool as shit to me, which I am really hoping that it is good and it survives long, because I feel like Friday the 13th would still be around if they didn't get sued, obviously, because they wouldn't add Uber Jason. I don't know why the fuck they would try to add Uber Jason when they didn't have the rights to Uber Jason and just didn't get the fucking rights before they added him. But I'm not Gun Media. But at the same time, Gun Media has had a horrible track record ever since Friday the 13th got sued and shut down. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they stopped supporting the game, I think, last year in April. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Fucking who knows what happened to that fucking game. Ever since Friday, they have not been able to have the same success that they did with Friday the 13th. I think it's just because they tried with TMC, but then they removed crossplay, and they never added it back. They said it was going to be a short time move, and they never added it back. Which I think is what really killed the fucking game, is that you cut it where there's no crossplay, so you can't play with PC players and console players. And then on top of that, they forced you to play Bubba, which I understand. It's a Texas Chainsaw game, and people, they want you to play, the man himself. But a lot of people in that game did not enjoy how Bubba played whatsoever, so they never played him. Which I understand. I was a cook man. I liked fucking feeding the blood to Grandpa. Like, that game had good mechanics. It's just, they fucking, I don't know what the word is. They didn't live it properly. That's definitely not the right word. I don't know, that game just felt weird. And then Killer Clowns, I never played Killer Clowns, so I can't say much on that game. But from what I heard, that game just didn't feel right. Now, the only game I feel like competed with Dead by Daylight, which everyone said those games were going to, which they didn't. But the only game I felt like that competed with Dead by Daylight was, I think it was called Last Year's New Nightmare. It was obviously a 1v, I think it was like 1v5, 1v4 horror game, where you got to play as 3 different killers in one. And that game was actually very fun, very cool. The maps were well designed. Like, all 3 killers were designed very well. It's just, I think they shut it down very fast. Now, another game I personally enjoyed and will always love more than Dead by Daylight was a game called Death Garden. Death Garden was just DBD, but so much more fucking fun. The mask for Meg Thompson in the game you get from Death Garden, which I'm stacked. When that game got shut down, I genuinely cried. That game getting shut down made me so sad. That game was so fun. It was so unique. The movement was so fucking fluid. It was just perfect. Like, if DBD had competition, I think it would be a better game and would actually put out good updates. I'm not saying they don't put out good updates. Some people actually like the updates put out. In my personal opinion, I just don't think there's been really any good updates. Now, this Trickster update, obviously, in my opinion, is a good one. Trickster's been, like, in the middle of a lackluster killer rating for a while now. He's fucking bad. He was so bad for a while now, but I think this update brings him up to at least a B, maybe C. I don't know. I always loved playing Trickster, even back then when his knives had so bad recoil. But I don't know. It's just, this game is at a weird place for me, and I don't know how much more of it I'm gonna play. The reason I'm playing now is because there's a Bloodpoint event. But in the end, I just wanted to do this little voiceover and just ramble while the game was on. I thought this game was really cool and wanted to share it to y'all. And yes, I got a little toxic here at the end. Was it necessary? Not really. I mean, you can argue. You can argue how you react to a bully squad. I react to them this way. I act toxic, and I just fucking slugged them out because they're holding that they want to do this to me. But what I find interesting is, at the end of the video here, I'm going to have their builds, and you'll see what I mean. My build, in my opinion, is very average. It's nothing crazy, nothing fucking, no, like, gen protection, no fucking this or that, or the fucking 21st century. It's just a normal Trickster build, in my opinion, plus Lightborn, because, obviously, the flashlights. But this is another video I made, and it was cool recording again, so I'll see you all next time. Good day, have a good night, and stick around. Maybe I'll upload again, who knows. But in the meantime, it's been Joker. I'm out, guys. Have a good night, y'all. Or morning. Peace.
감사합니다.